Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim here. This video is about Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires. I have a 2021 Toyota 4Runner, and the day I bought it, I ordered these KO2's because YouTube raves about them, and I know they're a great tire. I know their reputation. I know that everybody buys them that has a Jeep Wrangler, a 4Runner, lots of SUVs. It's a very popular tire. However, I've had issues. I could not get these tires to balance. So I ordered them online from Tire Rack. They're really nice people. Got the best price. They drop shipped to my door promptly, no issue. In fact, kudos to them. They paid to have them rebalanced at a place after I paid to have them mounted and balanced at Tire Choice twice. Balancing twice, only mounted once. And I was assured they were right the first time. And then the second time when I went in and said it's not right, they said, yeah, 2 of the tires were not balanced. So they did it, and I go, sure, this is gonna take care of it. And then it wasn't. So I call them back, and now the guy wants to be confrontational with me and say, I don't know what more I can do for you, except take your money and you live with that. Well, I'm not gonna live with that. So I emailed, and I called where I bought the tires, Tire Rack, and they didn't respond to my email right away. I think it was the weekend, and on Monday I was impatient, so I called there. Immediately they said, we want to send you to one of our places that we recommend for mounting and balancing, and do what they call a road force balance. And I had heard about road force balance, but Tire Choice doesn't do road force balance. They just do the standard balance. So I said, great. She says, let me, at Tire Rack, she says, let me send you to one of our places and reimburse you. I mean, without even, after I just told my story, without any problem. And she said, and we'll see what happens from there. And if that doesn't take care of it, you know, we'll see about getting you into something else. So I'm very encouraged by Tire Rack. Again, kudos to them. But I like these tires. I like the way they look. I like what I've read about them. And I know if I were to be off-road and, you know, dirt, rock, mud, whatever, these tires, which I haven't even been able to use yet. I live in Sarasota, Florida, but I plan on going to Moab, and I just came back from Atlanta. There's places even in Georgia you can go, you know, where there's hills. I have no hills here, but I know they would perform and do their job there. Whether they're balanced or not, because they're big, beautiful, knobby tires. But I do 99%, you know, highway, pavement driving, and I want them to be balanced. So now, let me finish the story. I go to the place they send me. It's called Tire Plus. Really nice guys. They do the road force balance. They give me these measurements after they do it, and they refer to this language called run out. And they told me how the tires all were fine on run out. In other words, there's no square tires. They're good tires. But 3 of the 4 tires were not balanced. So I said, are you kidding? After the guy over at Tire Choice did it twice? Okay, so I'm really encouraged. So now I get in my truck and I drive to Atlanta, Georgia to visit family, and this thing is shaking. And I call them and I said, hey, the road force balance apparently didn't work. So he said, well, sure, you know, no problem, come back in, we'll take a look at it. So I'm road testing it right now. I'm doing 73 miles an hour, and I'm on I-75 southbound. and let me see what I feel. Anyway, this guy tells me, 3 of the 4 tires were not balanced. After they told me they were balanced with the road force balance. Now they say 3 of the 4 were not balanced. I said, well, what happened? He wasn't really talkative. Did the weights fall off? What happened? Why are they, say they're balanced, they give you the keys, and then they're not balanced? So this is becoming irritable and annoying. So I'm doing 73 miles an hour. I'm going to be, as they've all told me, they're all-terrain tires. They're not going to be super smooth. And I understand this, but I don't want shake. So, it's been one day or one time I drive it, they seem fine. The next time, they don't seem fine. This time, it's seeming fine. Your imagination wants to feel everything. I definitely don't have any shake in the steering wheel, or I'm not feeling the shimmy that I was having in my seat. And it would come and go. It was this vibration that would come, and then 10 seconds later it would smooth out, and it would come again. So anyway, let me continue my road test here and really focus. But that's the deal with these KO2's. Not knocking the tires, not knocking anything, but they're a very, very difficult tire. It seems to balance. At least the set I got. All right, guys, that's all I got. All right, I just got off the freeway. I'm going to head back to the house, and I want to imagine they're better. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, same thing, because I don't know, maybe they are. But I'm feeling everything because I'm looking for something now. But I did want to follow up on the end of the video here and talk about tire pressure. I scoured the internet trying to find the tire pressure that you're supposed to have. And let me just encourage others out there that are searching for what tire pressure when you put these bigger tires on. And they're not bigger in size. These are the exact same size 265/70 17s that the placard has, but it came with these Dunlop Grand Trek P265. These are LT truck tires, and I have the load rating C, not the E, which when I bought these, I read that a lot of people that had the load C had a softer ride and balanced better and what have you. But about the tire pressure, Toyota puts the placard in the door jamb, and with the Dunlops that came on the 2021 called for 32 pounds PSI. So I put 32 pounds in the KO2's. They're the exact same size. And then I thought, the tires don't feel balanced. Maybe they need more air. So I went up to 35. Then I tried 40. It says maximum on the tire 50. Now that doesn't mean anything. That's just something that if you load up your truck or you're towing a boat or a trailer, and you need more air in your tires so they're not squashed out. So I found a website called what is it called? I want to lead you guys on to the right thing. Tires. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it now. It's not tirepressure.com, but you can just Google that. I don't know. What you do is there's a calculator, tire calculator, and you put in the tire you had, what the placard says, the tires you buy, what the load rating is, and it tells you what tire pressure to put. So the 32 pounds that I was supposed to have in my stock tire, the P265 7017s made by Dunlop, and I put the LT 265 7017 BF Goodrich KO2’s on, load range C, it says I need 44 pounds PSI. So, even though the tire says 50 pounds PSI maximum, I'm not at maximum, but that's what this calculator says to do. And I put a little stock into it, I believe it. So I went with 44, I'm staying at 44. Naturally, they heat up to 47, 48 in this heat down here after you run them a mile or so. Because, you know, they all come up 3 or 4 pounds, 2 or 3 pounds. So I'm at 44 cold. And I just wanted to tell you guys that. So look at the tire pressure calculator on that website. So, and then I put in like the load range E, if I would have gotten those. And sure enough, it calls for only 36 PSI. Or 38, I can't remember, but less than the 44, significantly. So that's why I kind of believe that it's probably accurate. And when I did the road force balance, they do this road force to a tire pressure that you set at. They even check the tire pressure before they do it. You know, for those of you that know what it is, I don't have to explain, but for those that don't, there's a bar that's pressing against the tire as it spins to balance, to simulate the road force, hence road force balance. Anyway, I think I'm going to just quit my complaining, deal with it. I have my Dunlops for sale on Craigslist. I don't think I'll mount them back on there because I like the look of the truck. The fuel mileage went down too by a mile or two. It came up when I put 44 pounds. At 32 pounds, I wasn't getting but 13 miles per gallon on this 4Runner. 14 was like the max. Now I'm getting 17 something, and I should be getting 19 on the highway. But then again, when I went to Atlanta, I wasn't driving 60 miles an hour either. So these 4Runners are thirsty vehicles. Forget gas mileage. But it did help by running a hard tire pressure, and that's what the calculator calls for. So that's what I'm going to end up getting, is about 17 miles per gallon with this truck. If I put my Dunlops back on, I think I might be able to get 19 or 20 on the road, because they're about 10 pounds lighter per tire, and that makes a difference. So I may take that ad off of Craigslist and keep those, and when these ever wear out, if I find myself not really making it to the west or to the hills, and I just want to use this as a smooth rider, you know, they're a capable tire too, but not nearly as capable as these KO2’s, I'm sure. I'll put those back on instead of buying another set of $1,000 tires. So if I knew what I was going to go through, would I do this over again and buy the Goodrich KO2’s? The way they feel right now, in this short little test drive I took, and mostly going to be city driving where I'm not going to feel the vibration, because most of us do city driving. Most people are on the freeway very little, you know, going to the store, going to work. And, you know, some of you may commute. I don't. I'm retired too. So I don't feel the out of round or the out of balance until I get to higher speeds. So yes, I would buy the tires again, because I like the look, and I like to know that if I had to come off the pavement and, you know, go through some hills and rough terrain, I could do it. And these tires are everything in helping you out. Even if you have a four-wheel drive, tires are everything. And tire pressure. Of course, I would drop the tire pressure on off-roading. That's what you do also. For you novice out there that don't know, I know most of you do. So the type of tire pressure, and the style and look of the tire, you know, I didn't raise my truck, I didn't lift it, so I didn't go with the 285 or the 275 width. I stayed with the stock tire. I would like to lift the truck for nothing other than not to buy more tires. I've already spent my money, but to take that rake out of the front end. You know, all the 4Runners, they have that rake where the front end sits lower. I mean, ever since somebody pointed that out to me on YouTube, I can't not notice it. And so I'd like to do a lift. Maybe the Bilstein shocks is something I read about that's a pretty good and not as expensive to do to take care of what I'm looking for. So anyway, guys, thanks for viewing the video. I'm about to get back to my house. I love the KO2 tire. It was annoying having to go back and forth 4 times now to the tire place and dealing with a shimmy for 600 miles up to Atlanta and back. And I got a 2021 vehicle, and it's made me think I have a old truck that shook. But I'm sure that they got it a little bit better. They told me about putting more weight on it, that they needed more weight, that 3 of the 4 tires, you know, needed to be rebalanced. Well, why'd they give it to you when they say it's balanced and then they say 3 of the 4 tires aren't balanced? And then same thing with the first place. You took it back and they said, yeah, 2 of the 4 tires needed balancing. What happens after they give it back to you? I mean, did the leads fall off? What happened? I don't know. So again, thanks for viewing, and that's the story on BF Goodrich KO2 balancing on a 2021 SR5 Premium 4Runner. All right, guys, take care.